Nebraska Attorney General Mike Hilger says he's leading a coalition of state attorneys general in challenging a judicial reference guide on climate change. This all has to do with something called the Reference Manual on Scientific Evidence. Basically, it's a 1,000-page manual to help judges understand complex scientific topics in regards to legal rulings. Hilgers, along with attorneys general from 21 other Republican-led states, are taking issue with a new section in the Reference Manual on climate change. Hilger says the information, which is supposed to be neutral, instead embeds the views of climate activists and DEI advocates. The coalition of attorneys general sent a letter to the House and Senate Judiciary Committee chairs asking for an investigation into how the manual came to include what Hilgers calls, quote, such blatant